460 light bulbs mean 1,000 emotions.
You're going to be welcomed, and everyone that missed you loves you.
I think it brings people closer together.
The star's 5 points stretch out like arms above the Sun City, always open, beaming, welcoming.
You know, El Paso's home.
It made an impression as a child, and ever since then I've associated it with home.
The star first lit up the El Paso sky in November of 1940. It was built by the El Paso Electric Company. A sub-headline in the El Paso Times reads, "Many residents were puzzled at first sight of the company's Christmas gift. The star was only 50 feet wide, but its twinkle was dimmed when a storm blew out most of the light bulbs away." The star El Pasoans now see was built in 1946. It's 459 feet tall, and it has a width of 278 feet. In 1980, the star was lit for 444 days during the Iran hostage crisis. Then it lit up once again from 1990 through 1991 as a beacon of hope for forklift soldiers and all U.S. troops deployed to the Gulf War. El Paso Electric only lit up the star during the holidays. Paul Terry was just a young boy then.
You knew the holiday was here when you saw the star lit. Where now it's, you know, you're in El Paso when the star's lit.
Paul has a bond with the star like none other.
I just change bulbs out and make things work.
But it's not like a small job.
No, it's not a small job. Still yet, I feel an important job. I don't want the star ever to go away.
Paul has been the caretaker of the star since it was turned over to the El Paso Chamber of Commerce back in 1993.
I'll be here till I'm dead if I have anything to say about it.
A radiant display from afar, it's just wires, poles, and light bulbs up close.
This stuff wasn't made to be permanent. It just is now.
The public is not allowed to hike up to the star. It is monitored by cameras, but Paul says that hasn't stopped people from taking some of the light bulbs.
The ones that run away and I didn't do it. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't like those folks. These bulbs are $12 to $15 a piece.
The Chamber of Commerce says another city tried replicating the idea and actually visited the star to see how it was created. That city was none other than Ciudad Juarez. In the early 2000s, the face of former Mexican President Benito Juarez lit the Juarense sky briefly. Old newspaper articles say the Benito Juarez display was built to be bigger than the El Paso star, but it was short-lived because it could not withstand snow. The star often lights up for a person or people, lovebirds celebrating wedding anniversaries, birthdays, friendships. Sometimes it's the closest people can get to heaven, lighting the star in memory of a loved one.
In honor of Dominique Destiny Fonseca, in celebration of our wedding on January 12, 2019, to my loving wife, may our new life together shine as bright as the star.
In honor of Jennifer Straw Viescas, Jenny, you're a joy to our family. You bless many people through your compassion, grace, and positive outlook on life.
In honor, Mary Troy. Mary, in honor of a very special birthday, Bernie and I have decided to light up the night in your honor. May you always twinkle and shine as bright as the stars in the heavens and on the star on the Mount Franklin Mountains.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a battle of champions.
I gotta do my best. I gotta show them that anything's possible, because in the tournaments and nationally, they don't know where El Paso is located.
Fitness was Jorge Tobar's first reason to box. He was just 7 years old when he started.
That I was obese when I was little. I was weighing like around 130 pounds when I was 8 years old.
His second reason to put on the gloves was his family.
I had 2 sisters. I had a lot of people picking on me, bullying, so I had to defend myself and my sisters.
His career took off.
I started winning Golden Gloves back to back. I went to state twice.
Now at 18 years of age, he's competing nationally. One of his newest reasons to give it his all is the city of El Paso.
Now I'm training for December, Salt Lake City. I qualified to try out for the Olympic trials. If I make it, I get to represent USA.
Tomar spends his evenings training at Warriors Edge Boxing. That's a family gym for kids from different backgrounds. It's managed by Luis Trevino.
You got to fight for something if you want it. Nothing's given to you.
A lover of fighting on the ring, Trevino says boxing to El Paso is like the star on the mountain. He sees it as one of the city's foundations.
Hey, you got to have menudo here in El Paso. You got to have Alan J's. You got to have boxing. Jake Martinez, Junior Vicencio, Herman Delgado, our first WBC heavyweight. You know, he fought Vitaly Klitschko. These are all local people that I've seen and I grew up seeing, and they're all from El Paso.
In 2017, Tovar, along with Victor Aranda, who's another 18-year-old El Pasoan, ended more than a decade-long state championship drought. Some of Tovar's favorite boxers:
Julio Cesar Chavez, Golovkin, Canelo, Mayweather.
But his number one role model,
it would have to be my dad, because he picked us up, me and my family. He worked hard.
And his culture.
I'm 100% Hispanic and my roots are from Mexico. So when I fight, I look up to them. I feel like I got to make them proud, as well as the United States.
They're warriors, because let me tell you, our heritage, our upbringings has been a struggle. And when they get up on the ring, it's a struggle for life, for pride.
Trevino and Tovar know younger generations are watching. Trevino provides the gym, and Tovar pitches in the example that the sky's the limit.
There's a lot of great fighters everywhere, especially here. Even though we're a small city, we still have big dreams.
Champion of the world.
We could do it just like any other fighter.
With photojournalist Rodolfo Reyes, I'm ADIANA Candelaria.
At 125 pounds, his
Like, I felt like, oh, I'm an American, I feel proud, you know, but little did I know I wasn't an American.
Estoy orgulloso de haberlo hecho.
These U.S. veterans protected the only country they knew as home. Many of them were brought to the United States when they were children, but never became U.S. citizens.
Oh, well, I'm gonna serve my country, do something good, for something better, for a better purpose than me.
Ivan Ocon re-enlisted 2 times with the Army and served in Operation Iraqi Freedom. 2 years later, he was arrested.
And what happened is that I knew a crime was being committed by a member of my family, a real close member of my family, and I didn't report it.
Ocon was in jail for 9 years. He thought he had paid for his crime, but in 2016, he was told he'd be deported. He tried appealing.
I qualified, I passed, I did the fingerprinting, all the tests they do to become a citizen, and but the only thing they said, oh, well, you lack good moral character. And good luck in Mexico and bye.
It's been the work of nearly 2 months to schedule and coordinate everything to meet with these U.S. veterans along the Mexican border. We wanted to show you what obstacles these veterans face beyond this wall.
This house in Ciudad Juarez is what home now physically looks like for Ocon and other deported veterans.
Yeah, so we're here at the bunker. Of course, there's the director, Francisco Lopez.
Jose Francisco Lopez, United States Army.
Leopoldo Jaques, Army.
Arturo Quiñones, U.S. Navy.
Jose Bustillos, U.S. Army.
Michael Evans, United States Marine.
These veterans were also deported, most of them for possession or conspiracy to buy drugs like cocaine or marijuana.
Because most of these veterans, they've been deported 10, 12 years, so they pretty much got somewhere to stay, you know? But this is just in case we get them cases that are freshly deported.
Guys?
Good.
Good?
Me siento orgulloso de haber servido a las Fuerzas Armadas de Estados Unidos y con la ayuda de mis amigos que son veteranos también, nos apoyamos unos a los otros.
Francisco says the veterans support one another and it gives him the strength to live. The Vietnam War veteran needs medical attention. He has prostate problems.
No tenemos tampoco dinero para poder pagar un hospital o un doctor.
He works painting cars in Mexico, but says it's not enough money to pay for his medical bills.
Veterans, whether they're on the U.S. side or in any other country, they need help getting proper health care. They need proper medical and mental health. They also need help claiming their VA benefits because they're all entitled to apply.
Carlos Rivera is a retired Veterans Affairs social worker.
The military, the Department of Defense doesn't do a good job of educating the non-citizens on what steps they need to follow to become citizens after completing honorable military service.
When I joined, the recruiter told me, oh no, this will make you a citizen when you join the Army. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, you know.
As a recently deported veteran, Ocon has hope of coming back to the U.S.
I'm not happy here, you know. I got my daughter.
He knows other veterans who lost contact with their families after being deported. He doesn't want to be the next one.
That was my high school sweetheart.
Corina Ozuela was pregnant with baby Eliza when Ocon was deployed to Iraq.
Well, he would have been a good father to her, I believe. It's hard to say now because you weren't given that, you know?
I was willing to do the time. I knew what I did was wrong.
My hope is to get a second chance and go back to the U.S.
We paid for it, right? We already paid for it.
All those guys they're all pulled away from their families. They stick to each other because that's what they have right now. That's what they were taught in the military, is to depend on each other. But they don't get to go home to have dinner with their families, take their kids out to the movies, you know. That was stripped from them. It's a sad situation, you know. I don't wish it on anybody. Especially when they try to do something good for their country.
I belong over there, you know.
An initiative in 2009 allowed naturalization at basic training for non-citizens in the armed forces. But since the veterans in Juarez enrolled before, it didn't apply to them. Their hope now lies in Congress to change the laws and bring them home. Adriana Candelaria, KFOX 14 News at 9.